All right. So tonight we're gonna go on a little bit of a tear about the injustice happening in North Collins, New York. This is my buddy Christopher Real. Chris, a damn good dude. You guys should go over, give him a sub. Makes amazing content. Amazing content. Let's see. He did a premiere tonight out the Warrants, and it was cheddar. I didn't watch it all on the laptop, obviously. As you can see, it's not complete, but it's not a very long video. We're going to go through this, and then we're going to go over some shit Warrants ought to have. Shit.
Okay. Everything has been, it was done legally and properly. Now, I want to see why you don't know why you don't have the paper.
Bullshit. Where is it? Trespassing right now. I don't want you on my property. You have a warrant? If you don't have a warrant,
because I just want to know who made the order too for those men to come over there, claiming to have a warrant, not having one. It does say a warrant in June, and I still haven't seen that warrant. They say that they kicked my door. You know, they brutalized me. You know, I was in jail. Where's that warrant? Okay, that makes sense because the 26th, I believe, was the warrant issue.
yes.
Okay, looks like there's a warrant issued out of the town of North Collins.
Yeah, there's not. And, you know, I'm tired of this. Deputies said they had a warrant on him, but they couldn't produce said warrant. Imagine that. Imagine that. And later said they were waiting on an electronic warrant. Right. No, you know, it's just always the same shit with these fuckheads. You know? They don't. You think we carry around a filing cabinet in a police car? It's all electronic form these days. Oh, really?
No. All I ask is to see the warrant.
Warrants anymore.
Procedure it does.
Well, you're wrong. You didn't read them correctly.
New York State.
Everything is going to electronics now, Chris. I told you that.
Several things with what?
The warrant.
What warrant?
The warrant for my arrest. From two different occasions from the state troopers and from warrant.
Well, it's not in effect now because you were picked up.
Well, they still exist.
Without appearing in court.
They still exist, but I could view them, though. Correct?
You never requested that from the court.
I did verbally. And
No, you did not.
I told the state troopers that,
You did not because you were here with everything you got the warrant the other day. You never mentioned anything about why you see a copy of the warrant.
yes, I did.
I'm
I don't want to argue, but I'm requesting reason, because I saw that, you done, and I was like, good.
For what crime? You must present the warrant then.
No, I cannot handle it.
Yes, you do.
I do not. So either step out of the vehicle or I'm going to shatter the window.
Everyone, look at my compilation there. As you can see, I've been going round and round with this bullshit for a few years now, these fake warrants. And I asked for them every which way I could think of. In writing, FOIA requests, in court. And I got a few examples of fake warrants. Most of them from the public defender's files. Got a little slideshow for you. Pick out the defects in them. And show you why they're just complete fraud. And some of them know it, some of them don't. But it's criminal what they're doing. So let me see if I get this slideshow going. Thanks.
As always, glad to see none of you here. Fucking, it's amazing to do this and spend my time and get to spend my time. I mean, doing this for fuck all, whatever reason. So back to old Christopher here. But before we do, actually, let's take a look at the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. The Bill of Rights, I suppose. Rather, the Fourth Amendment states that the right of the people to be secured in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That's good stuff. Now, this originally, I'm told, said the person's houses, papers, and securities. I'm not sure that that's true, but it would make a lot of sense considering the bulk of how this planet operates and or how the bulk of the planet operates and what real money is. The New Deal. But, try telling people this shit. Everybody always fucking knows everything. So it says here on Cornell, the Fourth Amendment originally enforced the notion that each man's home is his castle. Right, Jason? Anyways, secure from unreasonable search and seizures of property by the government. It protects against arbitrary arrests and is the basis of law regarding search warrants, stop and frisk, safety inspections, wiretaps, and other forms of surveillance, as well as being central to many other criminal law topics and to privacy law. The Fourth Amendment encompasses a lot more than one would really think. It's pivotal. It's fundamental to our ability to not have to deal with being legal warrant shit. Little do, and everybody's just kind of feel like they're powerless to stop it. They're not. They're not fucking powerless to stop it. They're just scared. They're just scared. So that said, let's get back onto Chris's fake warrants video. He's gonna explain some stuff in here, and we'll hit the rest of it afterwards.
Office. I'd been arrested prior to this from the state troopers. Drug me out of my house and okay, there. Good timer's going. All right. This is my first time doing one like this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay. And the big shot detective there from Orchard Park. He said, "Oh, we never did get a warrant. That's just a request for a warrant." And they arrested me in court when I was going over there. North Collins Court. From Detective Cully Farrick, the Erie County Sheriff's Office. So yeah, there was attached documentation, but there was no way to. Well, that never happened for whatever reason, because there's no probable cause. I don't know why this. It's like I don't. And these two, they look the same, but they are different. You can see with the signature and that's not a warrant by any means. One says court copy and one says central records copy. I don't know. I'm not either of those, but I see what we got next here. This one I got from the public defender's file, firing another public defender. And first thing that jumps out, the so-called disinterested third party arbitrator. Is not supposed to be investigating. And if she's the one that issued the warrant, why is she putting in this repository inquiry to see if there is a warrant? From the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services. There's a bunch of bull. I don't know what anything to do with them, but
Yeah, shit. You guys will have to forgive me. I don't know what the fuck's going on here with my internet. It'll work out or it won't.
number. Three status criminal record and all.
All right, so this is absolute bullshit. Back onto the fake warrants. We'll just leave this here. Put a pin in it. Not going anywhere. I will post a link to Christopher Reel's channel if the motherfucker is unable to find it, which would not surprise me at this point. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, at this point, nothing surprises me. Nothing. All right. Let's see. False imprisonment. Transgressions. Actually, this would be great. I'm going to see if this doesn't work like this, because it's just going to cut the shit if I try to run anything on screen. I'm going to turn my video off. Let's go with this. Is obviously fair use.
Hi there, my name is Ron Wright. I'm a professor of law at Wake Forest University School of Law. We're going to be talking today about the rules that govern when the police can go into a home and do a search. Now, when they're going into a non-public place like a home, they have to go to a judge and get permission. That permission is called a search warrant, and we're going to be talking about a particular piece of that search warrant today called the particularity requirement, where the police officer has to specify exactly where you're going and exactly what you're looking for. So particularity in search warrants, that's our topic. Let's go in and talk. Okay, folks, let's get started. We're going to talk now about the necessary components for a valid search warrant. In particular, we're talking about the particularity requirement here. So we've already talked about the components that you'll normally see in a search warrant. First of all, there's the application itself. This is a request from a law enforcement officer, let's say a police officer. It's a request from the officer to the judge for permission to go out and conduct a search of some non-public place, especially a home. So the officer comes to the judge and says, "Judge, I need a search warrant. I need your permission to go do the search." And the judge says, "Well, tell me why you think you're going to find this stuff here." The officer then gives what he or she hopes will be probable cause, enough reason to satisfy the judge that, yeah, this is not just a random hunch. This is not a fishing expedition. You've got, enough reason to justify some kind of intrusion on a private place like a home. So the application comes in with that probable cause showing. Attached to the application will be something we call the affidavit, where the police officer says, "Okay, I swear, under oath, that this is the basis for my request for the search. This is why I think I'm going to find this stuff at this particular place." So it's the application and the affidavit, and then the judge evaluates that. So particularity as to the place to be searched or warrant, that permission will be a document that we call the return. And that is something that the officer has to fill out once the officer's out there and conducting the search. And if you find something, you're supposed to write down an inventory of everything that you find. And if you don't find there, and we found nothing but what you did on the search and what you found or didn't find, and then you return that document back to the court so that somebody is checking over the shoulder of the officer to make sure that they really live within the limits of the warrant. So those are the normal warrants. And to quote it here, "No warrants shall issue but upon probable cause." So we talked about that. Supported by oath or affirmation. If I'm lying, then it's got to be taken, the information, the application has to be taken to a neutral and detached allow for a temporary warrant to be obtained over the phone, and then later on, the details are recorded. And finally, there are some limits. The search warrant. You've got to get it done within a reasonable amount of time so that the information that formed the basis for your application will still be reasonably fresh.
Uh, uh, so
So there seems to be a rift between the animal body and business. Going back to the video game metaphor, even though the limited to 5 senses that we perceive reality through, of which we know is very thin compared to the actual spectrum of this flawed reality. That means that anything that is not in alignment with divine source should know that if we live in a flawed, messy physical reality that doesn't actually represent true existence, now this is quite a bit to unbox, and I realize that the evidence is absolutely staggering. Miracle. When you and religion and science tied together with this particular ship is a hexagram, just like we have the North Pole of Saturn. You can see that it can be just being called the black cube. So let's start off by talking about Saturn. It's according to the source that we just has been discovered that Pluto actually does have a magnetic field despite its size. Technically making it a planet, but I mean, how many times do we want to go back and forth with that? But that 3, 6, and 9, those numbers are interesting. Anyone who is a faith understands that
Jesus. All right, yeah, this has been fun. I'm gonna do some of this fine